Hello, and welcome back to another Patreon exclusive episode of Out of Character Podcast. Just kidding. It's not that. This is There's Nothing Here, Please Go Away. I've tried recording a solo episode at one point, like last month. And I thought I'd figured out the mic, but I totally hadn't, which is so funny to me because these are the stupidest mics in the entire world. You just plug something into your phone and turn the mic on, and that's it. And I couldn't figure that out, but here we are. So, there is a podcast that's no longer on the market, and I'm filling that void with me, myself, and I, and my sometimes co-host. And we've really only had one episode, so she's my one-time co-host, and now I'm here. And these solo episodes, I don't want to be a regular thing, although I do like talking to myself in this room that I'm in, but I'd rather have someone else to talk to because it's a lot easier. So we'll see how long this one lasts. I've got 3 drinks here. I've got my water bottle, I've got a cup of tea, and I have a glass of Pinot Noir. I'm gonna drink some water. We'll see how much that picks up. I hope any of this is picking up. Like I said, the one time I used these mics correctly, it's a lost episode completely. Leslie sounds just fine. You can hardly hear me, so obviously I had to scrap the episode because I'm important, and it just sounded awful. But I hope this sounds good. It's clipped to me, to my sweatshirt, which is what a lot of people do. So yeah. The one thing I kind of wanted to talk about today was the Pokemon trading card game Pocket app. And it's just been, I guess it starts with, I've sort of gotten rid of some apps on my phone for storage reasons. For the main reason is I haven't updated my phone probably over a year. I still have, what is it, iOS 15? I think that's what I've got. It's running, but my main app, Tumblr, no longer supports that. So I don't have the Tumblr app anymore. I'm running on Safari whenever I do go on, which is a lot less recently than it has ever been in the last 5 years or so of my life. Yeah, I'm down an app. So basically I scroll on Instagram and I say, ugh, this is gross. I close Instagram, and maybe I open Pinterest and I do some Pinterest. And then it gets boring, so then I close it, and then I go off my phone, and it's really nice, and I hope this continues into the new year. But I've also got this Pokemon card app, which I mean, you can only really open cards every 12 hours. I don't have the, the nice one, so I only get 2 packs of cards a day. Except when you get a little free pack, which sometimes you do with this new booster pack, and I have a free one, which is why I wanted to talk about it. I'm going to open this and see what happens, because it's been bad. So, yeah, okay, I've got one hit. Let's see what it is. No new cards, and not even a new card. The hit's not a new. It's such bullshit, this game. But I love it. I really do. I like playing it. And I'm not even playing it. I just open the packs. I know you can battle. I'm not doing that. I just like to open my packs and do the wonder picks and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. I like it. It's very simple. I've been very simple lately, which is kind of what I need at the end of this year, which has been a weird year. And I've made it through, which is so cool. I've really made it through, as if I've had a lot of huge struggles, but I don't know. It's been some weird stuff. Sorry, I was plugging in lights. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. Not even solitude. I work retail. I did a retail Christmas. This is my 6th one. I've been doing that for the last 4 weeks, and or maybe even 5, whatever, since Thanksgiving it starts, and it just never stops until about my last shift, it was pretty slow. It was so nice. Um, I live in a stupid, dinky little tourist town where people bring their families, or people from Sacramento come down and fuck it up for a couple weeks at a time throughout the year. I get so many random people, and my job, we used to ask for ID whenever people use credit cards until we had people be really rude to us about it. So we stopped doing it, which was funny to me because I hated doing it anyway. So fine by me. But whenever we'd ask for those, it'd be like Minnesota or Nevada or lots of Oregon, lots of Nevada. Those people are just they'll be in here. Well, Washington, whatnot. Um, I've had some Canadians this year, which is always fun. They're always just Vancouver. Every time I ask, it's always just British Columbia. One day I'll get a Toronto, which will be cool. But by that time I might end up working at a Toronto bookstore. We'll see how that goes. Since that is the end game, we must have talked about that. We might not have. End game is Toronto. God willing. I hope this picks up. I'm doing all 3 drinks. I'm going. There we go. Those are my 3 drinks of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And as I said in, maybe in a podcast that didn't pick up, I think it was in the one we posted. Whenever I'm talking, I'm just talking to Leslie in my head. I'm talking to myself in my head. I know I'm listening back to this. I'm just making myself laugh, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy this. I really do. Every time I start to record, I think it's going to be really hard, but it kind of comes naturally, which is a little scary. Unless I think a little bit further than that, it's a little scary, and I think I'm talking to myself in my head 100% of the time, constantly, every single day. So it's just kind of letting it out. It is scary in the way, though, that whenever it's in my head and I'm thinking, because I do this, I think of what I'm going to respond to someone as they're talking. And I think of the sentence in my head and kind of say it before and think about how I'm going to say it. I don't really do that when I'm talking right now, like this podcast situation. It's kind of just coming out of my head as I'm thinking it, which is a little frightening. There is a little tiny bit of forethought, but it's not too much. I don't really have much time to do that. So Christmas is over. We have family come over for Christmas on New Year's, not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. We have my dad's side of the family come over. It's a lot of fun. They are the loudest side of the family at this point in my life. My mom's side's it gets a little rowdy as well, but a lot of my mom's side has passed on, or we just don't get together like we used to. A little bit of personal information there. But my dad's side, we're all still kicking. My mom always, we're Energizer bunnies on my dad's side. Still kicking after all these years. And we're all young and we're all alcoholics, so we're going to go forever. And it's always loud and it's always a lot of fun. My aunt and my not uncle, not my aunt's boyfriend in any way. It's a weird situation. They come over, they're already drunk. They went to a bar before Christmas Eve, before they come over. I work, I get off at 5. So I always show up when the party's kicking. Haven't eaten yet. They wait for me, thankfully. But it's just always a wild ride. Every time I show up, got loud cousins. There's only 2 of them, but somehow it's like 6 people rolled into one. And it's amazing. It's just a whole lot of fun, and I really do enjoy it. I love my family. They're all crazy folks. Christmas Day, I'm so sorry, I'm burping. Christmas Day is always a quieter day, which is nice. I feel like, to me, that's how it should be, but I know that's just because that's how it's always been. But we do that at my mom's side, at my grandma's house. And it's just low key and sweet. We always get there first before the other half of the family arrives. Yeah, it's always pretty sweet. It's I almost said demure for some reason. I've not said that since the word became a word that wasn't the word it meant already. But it is. That's honestly the word for it. I'm sorry. But it's nice. I like it. I like Christmas. I'm no Scrooge. I'm no bah humbug. I really do like it. And this year was no different. I had a good one. Even the lead up to it, I worked a lot, so I didn't really have time to think about it before it happened. I finished all my shopping beforehand. It was nice. I got Leslie a Switch. I got Leslie a Switch Lite. She's not here to say thank you, but I know she's very grateful. And I was playing online today. I saw her go online. It was so fun. We've been playing Mario Kart online together, which is great. That's all I wanted. That it was a very selfish gift because I wanted someone to play Mario Kart with. Um, the the only courses I was getting first on tonight were Rainbow Road. I love Rainbow Road. Leslie will get there in time. She's definitely gotten first. Actually, has she? I'll have to ask her that if she's gotten first yet online. But it comes for everyone. You'll do so bad. You get very cocky. I was saying this earlier. Hang on. You get very cocky when you're just playing those courses and you're playing 150cc and you're getting first every single time playing against CPUs. You just think you're the best person ever to play Mario Kart. And then you decide to play online and you want to kill yourself. And that's just the way it goes. And I think it's very humbling. I love it. I love that. I'm so glad it happened to me. Um, yeah, but then you get better. And then you feel good. And you're winning Rainbow Road 150cc against people from England and Japan and Mexico, and sometimes there's a Canadian thrown in, and even South Korea. Sometimes you get all those people together, and you feel like it's a small world, and it really is. And Mario Kart brings people together, and I love it. And it was my top game of this year, as if I played many other games. I guess Webkins I played a lot of, not as much as I should. I've got a Webkins Deluxe, and it's kind of wasted on me. That's money I'm spending. But I have to play more. I will. But other than that, I basically just did Mario Kart all year long. I got a Switch Online situation this year, which is pretty cheap. I Every time I think about it, I'm like, God, that was $50, but it's like $20 for the entire year. And it's so worth it for the amount I've been playing. I'm very happy about it. Um, 'Cause I love that damn game. So stupid. That's the thing, though. I remember talking to people about it like 2 months ago. Like a coworker, they just like asked what video games I've been playing, and it's only been Mario Kart. And at that point, and still, I don't even know if I like this game. Half the time I'm playing it, I'm thinking I hate this game. I hate this game so much. I don't even know why I play this. And I'm not just playing Mario Kart 8. I do a lot of N64. I do Mario Kart 64, which I like a lot. I like that game. But I really only like the Special Cup. Let's be real. The Special Cup is where it's at. Because what is that? It's got Rainbow Road. It has that Donkey Kong. It's like a forest one, rainforest. What else is in that? I don't know. Fuck Choco Mountain. That's my least favorite Mario Kart course, and you can quote me. I hate it. I hate any iteration of it, especially the N64 one. I hope whoever designed it perishes. And if they've already perished, I hope they're rotting. I really don't like it. I love Calamari Desert. That one I ride for. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. I don't know if I totally am in love with the Mario Kart 8 version. I just love the N64 version. It's so fun. It's so easy. God, it's so easy. I love it. Every time I play, it's delightful. Oh, I've tried to do the NES Mario Kart. I'm unfortunate, or maybe it's the SNES. I'm very bad. I know I've just got to keep playing, but I really can't do it. And honestly, it's just so discouraging how bad I am at it that I don't even want to continue trying and get better somehow just by playing it. I really can't do that. It's bad. I don't like it at all. But I'm glad I like N64. I've played a couple other N64 games. I I did like 2 minutes of GoldenEye. Again, very bad. I couldn't do it, but it was a good experience. And I made my brother do it, and he also couldn't do it, which was nice. But that's just also one of those things where you don't know the controls and you just have to get used to it. And if you do it once or twice, you still can't do it. And then I'm one of those people that gives up. But I know I'll do it eventually. I started playing Majora's Mask, which is a lot of fun, and I have to pick it back up. But it's just one of those things. I got busy, and you get busy, and you get busy, and you forget, and then you just don't end up doing it because you're like, it was kind of hard last time I played. And I'm one of those people, and it sucks, and hopefully I can remedy that. I also did that with Ocarina of Time on my 3DS, which is so much fun. I like playing on my 3DS. I feel like maybe I should just start a new game on one of my old Pokemon games. I have like Pokemon X and some other one. I think I got maybe Sword at one point. Was that Sword and Shield or no? I have Pokemon Moon. There was Sun and Moon. I got Moon. Never played Sword and Shield, but it's fun. I think that's the Switch one. Maybe I'll do that too, since I really do like the functions of the Switch. It's not too dissimilar from the 3DS, and that's probably why I like it very much, because I played a lot of 3DS as a kid. I played a lot of DS and DSi, and I had all three. I was a very spoiled child. But that's life. And I loved it. I loved it so much. Anyone play that Hannah Montana DS game? I've still got that. My mom found a hamsters with a Z, with a Z, the other day. I doubt I'll pick that back up. I've also been wanting to get back into Splatoon 2. So I've got that, and I have Switch Online, so now I can play online, which I think is pretty fun. I'd like to do that. I think Splatoon is very fun. I want to get better at it. Last time I played, which was just like last month, it wasn't very good, but that's just because I haven't played in a lot of years. I also wasn't very good at it to begin with, because I have never really been good at, I guess this is a third-person shooter, but any sort of shooter game I'm not excellent. But Splatoon is paint-based, I guess you could say. Ink-based. And I don't know, you get to squirt around and go into the floor. It's fun. I always fell off the edge. That's what I was doing this most recent time I played it. There was just like that one part where you can fall off into water, and I would fall somehow. But I think that's fun. I don't know. Just I'm just so quirky like that. I'm just so bad at playing games, but I love it. Other than that, I haven't been doing much. And now that I have one more workday left of the year, I honestly don't really know what to do with myself. I've got New Year's Eve off. We hosted at our house. We have some friends come over, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's been a tradition for like 6 years at this point. There's like one New Year's Eve in the past 7 years of my life that it hasn't been at my house, and it was mid. And weirdly, my like high school math teacher was there, which I thought was really weird. But anyways, it's always at my house, and we have fun. We always bang pots and pans, which I looked into like last year, I think, maybe the year before. I think it was last year. And apparently it's an Irish tradition. I don't know when my parents started to do it, but I doubt it's because it's an Irish tradition. I don't really think we're Irish at all. Might be. But it's to I feel like this is so classic. It's just to ward off bad spirits and just or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just loud. It's just fun to make a loud noise and yell and live in a town slash little neighborhood where people just shoot guns, and it's fun. It's nice. There's been a couple years where we have little fireworks, little firecrackers, um, little bottle rockets. It's good. It's good fun. I love it. Champagne. Oh, New Year's is one of the best holidays. I think it's like honestly, New Year's might be number one, just because it's low stakes. It's very low stakes. You just get together and you have little finger foods and you drink, and we play musical chairs and stuff. We always do weird little games because my mom is a preschool teacher, so we play preschool games. Like, I think last year was the first time we did it. We played Doggy Doggy Where's Your Bone and musical chairs and this game with cotton balls. You're blindfolded and you just pick up as many cotton balls as you can with a spoon. It's so fun. And everyone enjoys it. You know, at first you think, why am I going to be playing musical chairs? I'm an adult. I wasn't thinking that, but I know some people would and did think that. But of course, you end up having the most fun ever because you're doing musical chairs to Jimmy Eat World, and it's really strange um, to do that in front of, parents, but they love it. It's so much fun. I don't know. I think my house is a good place to have little parties like that. Never like a real house party. I can't imagine that happening. I think I'd be too uncomfortable. I like being at other people's houses for that. Hmm. One of my favorite images this year was one I found on Pinterest of this Toronto Halloween party. Oh, right, I was talking about the order of best holidays, and Halloween is up there. It's top three to me. It's all very subjective. Um, no order, but it's like Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. I like Thanksgiving, but honestly, uh, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving are pretty interchangeable to me because favorite parts are like the food usually. No, I'm just here for the food. But in that regard, Thanksgiving does take the cake because gravy is more of a priority to me. We don't really, I know a lot of people do sort of a Thanksgiving vibe on Christmas, but we do Christmas ham, pretty classic. Then we do scalloped potatoes, which we don't do on Thanksgiving, question mark. It's usually just like uh, a, a mashed potato, classic. But like I said, we basically have two different family Christmases with Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Christmas Eve is when we do scalloped potatoes, ham, stuff like that. Green bean bake, that's a classic. That's holidays all across the board. But then New Year's Day, my family, we do what's it called, a prime rib? Question mark? Something like that. It's just some sort of big hunk of meat, lots of fat that I just cut around. We do mashed potatoes. We do, I think there's also a green bean bake, as I said previously. Stuff like that. It's very good. We do those, I think, I don't know when it started in my family, a long time ago. But it didn't originally, like, to me it's not TGI Fridays. um what's it called? Like a cheddar biscuit. But apparently that's where the recipe's stolen from. But to me, it's just a recipe my grandma found of a cheddar biscuit, which is just Bisquick and cheese, and then like garlic butter on top, stuff like that. But that's a classic, and everyone loves it, and it's like one of the things everyone looks forward to the most. Just so stupid because it's like the most basic thing in the world, and it's so easy to make. But I think it makes people so happy, and I love making it. And I like cooking. Oh my God, I love cooking. For Christmas, I got for my grandma, I got an angel food cake tin to cook it in. Um, because for like the last 2 years, one of my goals has been to make an angel food cake, which has not happened because I don't have a tin, and I haven't gone out and bought one myself. But it was finally given to me, which I'm so happy about. Thank you to my grandmother. So happy about it. Um, so finally, 2025, or perhaps now that I'm thinking about it, I have tomorrow off, and I have been wanting to do it for New Year's, but I think tomorrow would be a good day to practice it. Wow, if I do that, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon. So this might be a short episode. I gotta get my beauty rest in. Good idea. All right, I think this is holding me to that. I'm gonna try my best. and I will update you again next time we talk. I kind of like that I haven't been making myself do this, although it's been constantly in the back of my mind, especially now that, as I mentioned earlier, a specific podcast, Out of Character, is no longer producing episodes at this current point in time. There is a hole in the market. And there's just been a little fire ignited. I know, never mind, I won't even go into that because it's obvious. But it's just fun for me to imagine. Eventually, once there's like 3 or 4 episodes, I'll start linking it to friends and asking them to listen if they so wish to do that. And just catch up on what's there. And hopefully me and Leslie will get more regular at making these. Or me, because honestly I don't mind recording them myself. And if that's what gets them out every week or every other week, then so be it. And I don't mind, we record at my house. We can record these anywhere really, since we've got these mics. Or if we don't have these, then we just do it on my phone. It does not matter. It's very portable. There's no system here. Recording on my phone, on these dumbass mics. And honestly, unless we somehow hit gold and people start listening, then there probably won't be any update to the system. And I like that. It's very easy. I duct tape the episodes together on iMovie. Any sort of video I've ever created in my life has been done on iMovie. Or I did this random video edit the other day and I just did it on PicsArt. You can edit videos on PicsArt. I ride for PicsArt. I've been using that for so long. It's probably the app I've had on my phone the longest, honestly. Shout out PicsArt. Please don't try to sponsor me. I don't want you. You do not want me. I'm not what you want. I always kind of think about that, about, like, I listen to Otherworld, the Otherworld Patreon, or I am on the Patreon, but just the Otherworld podcast. And I always end up skipping the ads, but why is Jack Wagner trying to sell me a Ford oil change? I want to know why. I really wonder. On all love, I love Jack Wagner. He's great. I never was a listener to Yeah But Still, but I am aware of their game. And I think the other guy whose name I can't think of right now is very cool. I like them a lot, and I love Otherworld. Love Otherworld. But why are you selling me an oil change from the Ford dealership? I don't want that. I doubt you have a Ford. You might. I haven't really listened to the ad. So maybe you have a Ford, Jack Wagner. I wasn't aware of your game. But yeah, it's always just very confusing to me what ads people go for. Obviously there's the big hitters like BetterHelp and all the food ones. What are they? You know the ones. And those, I guess those ones make sense. Ugh, all of them are creepy to me. I hate being sold to. Just gives me the chills. I don't like it. I just have a look on my face that's just displeased. Just makes me feel gross. But that's why there's the mute button. I love it, and I love that podcasts, they are skippable. That's pretty great. So yeah, get your cash, Jack. Happy for you. I'm just confused by the Ford dealership ads. That's pretty weird. Does anyone listen to Otherworld? Sometimes I feel like me and the people I know are the only people listening, but then I see those Instagram posts and they're popping off. They're one of the top podcasts in their various little subgenres. Crazy. It's great. The first time I heard about it was through a friend. We're at this sort of little street fair that my town puts on, just standing in line for some sort of delicious food because there's always great food there. That's something I have to hand to my small town is there's a lot of great food. There's a lot of great restaurants. I'm not very well traveled, but I'll say this for Leslie. She will eventually get flack for this, and I'm just throwing it out there. She's been to New York. She's had the various New York pizzas. There's a pizza joint in town here that she claims has better slices than any New York pizza she's ever had, and it's New York style pizza, so it's a fair comparison there. But I myself have not had New York pizza, so I'm not weighing in on that just yet. Hopefully, 2025 I'll make a comparison, but we'll see. Anyways, as I was saying, at a street fair, I heard about Otherworld. I think I was being told about the Eilish Poe episodes, to, and those were coming out at the time that we were talking about it, and I was just so intrigued. And my sister had played an episode when I was in her car, and it's just so good. It's just so damn good. It's I just love the format. It's something I enjoy, is hearing other people talk about their experiences. That's the thing about some, like, you're like, because that's the thing about true crime, is it's so dumb. That's where it gets exploitative. That word. Um, but it's not true crime, so it's not the same. But it's just people talking about their own experience, um, their own words. I like that it's just stories. It's not an interview. He cuts out him asking them the questions like 99% of the time. So it's just them telling their story in a way. It's just so nice. I like the format a lot, except when there's a bad storyteller. There has been a couple series on that show where, or even just episodes, but it's mostly weirdly been series that are unlistenable to me because I cannot stand the people talking. And maybe I'll say them. Yeah, I'll say it. So a recent one was, it wasn't that bad, but it was oh god, I don't even know what it was called. Okay, I'm gonna blame that on me talking about a paranormal podcast that it stopped recording, although I know it's because I opened Spotify. Anyways, I just talked for about 10 minutes, it felt like, and it was not recording. Basically, I talked about the Otherworld series that I despise, and I talked about the Them series, which was, it was these, god, I still can't think of the country. It was sort of like an alien situation. It really was boring to me. Um, Leslie and our friend Rhett kind of was enjoying it in the beginning. I kind of had lost interest by the first episode once it had finished, because it kind of gave me everything that it had to offer in that first episode, and then it went a little downhill after that, and it just kept going on downhill because there were 7 episodes that it did not need. There were 6 episodes on the main podcast, but then there was a 7th Patreon episode. Totally, like, we did not need that. We did not need all that. All love to Jack. Swear to God, I love that guy. And then the other series that came out this year that I hated more than anything in this entire world, one of the most hateful things I've ever, I felt a lot of hate inside of me, was the Many Things series. And I've sort of almost completely blanked on what it was about, but I know it was about possession in a way, like a possession story. And I've already said all this like 10 minutes ago, but I'm going to say it all again. As a child, I was so obsessed with possessions for some reason. Everyone as a kid sort of has or had like that weird obsession, Like, I liked the Titanic a lot. I liked Pompeii, and I loved possessions. I loved The Exorcist. I didn't see like all of it as a kid, but what I did see, I was absolutely just so intrigued. There's the movie called Possession. There's a whole lot of possession movies I watched as a kid that were just everything to me. And I do think it was rooted in religion in a sort of strange way. I just liked that there was a lot of proof in it to me. I don't know, but we won't have to go into that. That's not something we should necessarily go into tonight on this very special Patreon exclusive episode of Out of Character. Not out of character. There's nothing here. Please go away. Anyways, I really, really hated that specific series on Otherworld. A 5 episode series, could have been 6. There might have been Patreon. I do not remember. But God, I could not stand those people. Just awful storytellers. Truly, to me, they were the most annoying people on the planet. The way both of them spoke, the way they talked about each other. God, the way she talked about her little boyfriend. He's such an asshole. It makes me, ugh, it gives me the chills. They were weird. I really did not enjoy it. And it sucked because they were Canadian. And that, sadly, very sadly, it just shows who I am. It makes me want to re-listen to it. It makes me want to give it a second chance. Maybe I was in the wrong this year. Maybe I was just having a bad month. Maybe I was having a bad 5 fucking weeks when those episodes were coming out. 5 episodes. 5 weeks. That's kind of crazy for, half the year. That was like the main podcast I was listening to. It was really the only thing I was interested in. So I would just wait every little Monday for those episodes to come out, just praying that that series would end. And after 5 weeks, it finally did. Ugh. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm really sorry. I doubt you will ever listen to this, but on the off chance you do, I really love Otherworld. Yeah. But those ones sucked. I'm not even upset about saying that. Like, I have no shame. I really did not like those. That must kind of suck to have that sort of uh, podcast setup. It's not even you. It's just a story you like to tell, the story you enjoyed listening to, and then you put it out there for other people, and then other people shit on it. And it's not you, it's the other people. But you get the flack for it. Sorry, Jack, that's crazy. One of the craziest experiences, I'm just talking about podcasts I listen to at this point, but one of the funniest experiences I had this year was being in Las Vegas and getting that little, I didn't get a notification, but just seeing that the new episode of Out of Character it was like a Halloween costume episode. It was the White Chicks one. You know, you know. But seeing those images and just knowing I would, oh God, I listened to it on the plane ride from Vegas to Sacramento. God, that was honestly top maybe 10 experiences of this year. That was one of them. It's somewhere up there. I had a lot of nice, wonderful, beautiful experiences this year. Shout out Dell. Shout out to my friend Dell. That was like number one, was meeting Dell. So much fun. All of Vegas, really. There was a lot of, I overall had a great experience. I didn't really have any bad times. And unless they would have different things to say, but I think overall both of us had the most magnificent time. It was so perfect. Getting to meet friends. It was just so sweet. Um, we had a lot of fun, and I'm getting all bashful just thinking about it. It was so nice. Next year's gonna be a lot of fun too. We're going to Toronto. Again, shout out Dell. I'm so excited to hang out again. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about having a new year. I feel like I never have really been scared of the concept of New Year's. I know some people it really freaks them out. But I don't know if I've ever felt that way. I think especially recently, in the recent years, it's been very welcoming and very comforting, really. I love starting over. I do. I do. I love the concept of a do-over. Or not even a do-over, like getting to retry, but just something else, just a change. I love change, but also that's a frightening statement because I don't love change. I also love when things stay the same. But overall, I think change is good, especially in the form of a new year. I like being very calendar. Some of the things, a pretty big thing that happened to me over this year was it started on the first of a month. So I've been measuring time since then. I love when things happen monthly. I love that. I love having a schedule like that. Or just not even a schedule. I just like a way to mark time. Stuff like that. And so I like the first of a year. I like that being a fresh new start. To me, it's very exciting. I like having little. I like the rituals that we make as people. I like the concept of a New Year's resolution, and I know, and I'm one of the. I love just at any point in time you can start over. You can form a new habit. You can break a habit. It doesn't have to be at the start of a year. It doesn't have to be at the start of a month. It doesn't have to be at the start of a week. It just can happen at any time, and I'm a big proponent of that. I'm a big believer in that. Ooh, I think I just heard thunder. Every time I'm recording, there's thunder. It's very exciting. I think there was a different episode that there was thunder, and I didn't. It's not going to be posted because, um, yeah, you know, it's not good. But anyways, I just like this. I like a new year. I like New Year's resolutions. I like making little aspirations. I like. I no, I don't even like. I love affirmations. I like making an affirmation. That's probably one of the most woo-woo things I do. I also collect apple seeds. I don't know why, but I do like to do that. I have them. I have a little wooden box for those. Just a little fact about me. But yeah. Oh, it's been so rainy lately. Thank God. It makes me so happy. But yeah, I like when there's. I like when there's weather. I can deal with a sunny day, even if it's like a nice warm sunny day. That's weather. But just like a basic day where it's the sun is out and there is a temperature. Oh, I need something more. Give me clouds. Clouds I can work with, even though that's like the bare minimum that we can have. I can work with that. But I'd rather there be some sort of overcast situation. Or I love the rain. I love when it snows. I like a hot day. I love that. Just any sort of weather event. I love that. Just a regular day is like, maybe we can use something else. Maybe there can be something more here. It's fine if not. Like I said, I can power through. I can get through it all. But it's been really rainy here, which I've been very, very grateful for. I just enjoy that a lot. It's been very wet. I've got a nice raincoat. I got a raincoat last year. Changed my life. Oh my god, the combo of a hat and then my raincoat. I'm unstoppable. This is very boring. But that to me, that's iconic. That I can do anything. The world is my oyster. I'm losing steam here, so this may be the end, but I really enjoy this. To me, it's just so. I talked about this before, I just love documenting. This is a really beautiful form of documenting to me. I enjoy this a lot. And I hope to do it more in the new year. I really hope to talk to you more. I hope to see you more. There might be a couple video installments, not just audio. I think that is, unfortunately, that's the future. You can't just do audio. That's not really feasible. There has to be something more. And I do understand that. Although I do love just talking. I'm someone who listens to audio podcasts primarily. I really don't understand the concept of watching a podcast, although I know that is a big thing now, especially with any podcast that has any I don't know, any podcast that's big. There's just got to be a visual aspect to it. I wish that wasn't the case. But yeah, I know me and Leslie want to do essentially like gaming videos. We want to do like a obviously we could do Mario Kart. I think that'd be fun. She really wants to do a Webkins mini game situation. I think that could be a lot of fun. I think eventually we'll have to do some sort of Roblox thing. She got me on Roblox, which I don't really do. We've only done Dress to Impress, whatnot. But yeah, there's more to come, and hopefully we'll talk about the thing that we talked about in that first episode. The what we got stood up. Um, that was fun. Shout out to the Canadian Post strike. That was something that affected me personally this year. It's still affecting me to this day. I tried to send something very important in the mail to Canada. Unfortunately, not feasible through the USPS right now, but hopefully very soon. Hopefully within the new year. That's probably gonna happen. Yeah. I guess that's all I have to say tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your year if I don't talk to you by the next year. I think we'll be seeing a lot more of each other. Alright, bye bye.